Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Daphne, and today we are talking about my 24th and 25th weeks of pregnancy.
A song my daddy told me, son, don't you get involved.
Alright guys, stats and symptoms wise, this week I got on the scale at the end of this 2-week period. I haven't updated in 2 weeks because we were gone on vacation and it just wasn't happening. And I'll tell you a little bit about the vacation and like how that went in a bit. But anyway, this morning I was 155 pounds. So that is a 1 pound gain over the last 2 weeks. So about half a pound each week. And that puts me at a total of 11 pounds gained here at almost 26 weeks pregnant. And I'm happy with that. That sounds good. I am expecting it to uptick a little bit as we move into the 3rd trimester, which, oh my gosh, I can't believe that's in like a couple of weeks. Wow. This is just flying by and it's crazy. But anyway, so that's stats. And then symptom wise, you know, my symptoms haven't been so bad. I've had a little bit of nausea kind of here and there, and I've had to take my Zofran just like a couple of times throughout the past couple of weeks, and it wasn't a big deal. But then obviously like the belly is the biggest thing. And I say this every week, but like, look at this belly. Like, that is a huge belly. And they say that baby is the size of a cauliflower head. And I guess, you know, yeah, seems about right. But anyway, that has been my biggest thing that I'm noticing is just my belly is getting really big and it's getting in the way. And I've totally given up on trying to get stuff off of the floor and stuff like that. And I don't even have shoes that I try to tie. I'm just wearing flip-flops because it's summertime. So yeah, I feel massive. And when I was measured last time at the doctor, I was measuring a couple of weeks ahead. I'm hoping that, you know, I either stay on track or, you know, I just don't want to keep going up because that would probably mean that I have excess fluid, which I did in my last pregnancy as well. And it didn't end up being, you know, a huge problem or anything. It's just like not the best. So anyway, we'll see. And my next appointment, gosh, I don't even know when it is. I guess it's in a few weeks and she will measure me again. And I'm guessing if I keep tracking ahead, she will probably want to have an extra ultrasound, which is fine by me. We just want to make sure baby girl is doing okay. And I can tell that she's, you know, very active and doing great because she's kicking all the time, like all the time. And earlier I was sitting at my desk working and I felt her kicking like right here. So, you know, obviously she is really taking up all of the real estate. I'm like, how do you already have your feet like way, way up here? I don't know. I'm just thinking like, man, I have 14 weeks left. What? Like, how is that even? I don't know. I don't know where this kid is going to go. I guess she's just going to keep growing out, which I don't know. We'll see. But I'm huge and I'm feeling it. And boy, howdy do I feel pregnant. In terms of cravings, I've just been craving sweets. You know, every night I want to have something really sweet. So I went and I got like a few of those sugar-free, or maybe it's like low sugar or something, whatever, the little fudgesicles. And that's what I've been doing to try to quell the sugar cravings at night because they're intense. Like I've considered a few times ordering insomnia cookies or like crumble cookies, and we've been not doing that, which, you know, is taking strength of will. But at least I have some sugar-free treats that are keeping me kind of on track-ish. So that's good. And then my other like major symptom this week has just been tiredness. And I feel like I say this every week, but I don't know, there's just something about this pregnancy. I'm just tired all the time. And I wonder if I shouldn't ask my doctor to run some kind of like vitamin panel or something, or, you know, an iron check or something just to see how I'm doing. Because I feel more than normal tired. Like, you know, just really exhausted and not even being interested in doing like fun stuff. Like I put the kids to bed at 8 o'clock and usually in my 2nd trimester, like I would, you know, after 8 o'clock, then I would go do something fun, like, you know, watch a movie with my husband or something. And I just don't even want to. Like it hits 8 o'clock and I just want to go to bed. And I don't know, maybe that's normal. I don't know. Comment down below if you're, end of second trimester, even beginning of third trimester. Like, are you tired all the time, or is this just me? And maybe it's just that, we have a new house and we have all these projects we're working on, and I have 2 little kids, and my husband has been kind of MIA through no fault of his own. He has the California bar exam that he's taking next week. And so I've been doing most of the mom duty with my 2 and 3-year-old, and we'll talk about the vacation. So my husband decided to stay home from our annual family camping trip this year, and I was like, well, I'll still go, it'll still be fun. So I packed up myself and my big belly and this baby and my 2-year-old and my 3-year-old and drove the 4 hours up north. And we went camping, and I'll insert some pictures here while I'm talking so you can see how cute my kids are and why I keep risking my life to have more children, because they're so freaking cute. But anyway, it was fun. Like, it was a really good time, and I loved getting to see our family. And we went up on last Sunday, and I was supposed to come back on Friday, but literally I made it through Wednesday, and I was like, I can't do this. Like, I'm too exhausted to keep fighting with my kids. And Nina, my 3-year-old, I love her so much, but she does not nap well in different places. And I feel like she's getting close to dropping her nap anyway, but she would not nap. She kept waking up, and I need naps. Like, I'm so tired. I need to nap every day. And I just wasn't getting the sleep I needed. And Chloe, my 2-year-old, was not getting the sleep she needed. She was exhausted. It was making them both cranky. It was kind of cold, it was in the 60s, and it's like a camping trip where we're supposed to be at the pool and the lake and stuff. And so the weather was kind of miserable. And then also on top of that, Nina got a UTI. So, obviously it hurts really bad when you have a UTI, and we had taken her to urgent care the day before we left on the camping trip, and her initial test came back negative for a UTI. So they said she probably doesn't have one, but they were going to do a longer culture or something like that and see. So then a couple days into the camping trip, Pete calls and says that they got the results and she does have a UTI. And so they sent up antibiotics, whatever, and I went and filled them up north. And anyway, it was just a total nightmare because she did not want to, she was refusing to go potty because it hurt, obviously. If you've ever had a UTI, it's the worst thing in the world. But, it hurt, and she said she wouldn't go, and she didn't want to go, and she didn't have to go, but I could see her squirming. And, there were times when I had to literally hold her on the potty and be like, girlfriend, we're going to sit here until you go, because you can't just not go. You have to go potty. And, yeah, it was just it was a total nightmare. It was me just fighting with toddlers for 3 days on vacation, in between some really fun, times with our family. And it really was worth it. And I'm glad we went, and I'm glad we got the experience, but 4 days was enough, way more than enough. And I told Pete, that's the last time that I try to do a camping trip like that alone with our kids, until obviously if they're teenagers or something, that's different. But yeah, it was too much, and I'm glad I went, but not happening. So anyway, and then Pete's leaving tomorrow to fly out to California to take the bar exam. He had stayed home right during the camping trip to study. I don't know if I said that. And so anyway, he's leaving. He's flying out tomorrow to take the bar exam a second time because he didn't pass it the first time, which is super, super common. Their pass rate's 30%. So anyway, he's taking it again. I am hoping and praying that he passes, because literally I'm doing all of the girl duty. I go and pick them up after daycare, and I watch them until it's, I make them dinner, I watch them and play with them until it's time for bed. And then Pete comes and sometimes he has dinner with us, but he studies the whole time from when they get home from daycare. And then, he comes and tucks them in at night, which, yeah, that's helpful, I guess. And it's not his fault. He has to study, and he has a full-time job, and I don't, you're supposed to be studying full-time for this exam, and he has to work. So it's you know, just basically the parenting is falling to me, and that's fine. You know, I'm willing to do it. I'm just so freaking tired. I'm just so tired. And yeah, so I'm just praying, like, please guys, send like positive vibes and send your prayers that he passes this time, because I cannot keep doing single motherhood with 2 toddlers and a pregnancy. Like, I'm so tired. I don't want to be a single parent. So anyway, yeah, so there's that. And yeah, so it's just been stressful and it's just been crazy, but next week it'll be over and we will find out his results if he passed in like 3 months. So at least I'll get a little break from, if he doesn't pass, at least we'll get a little break from the crazy schedule of me like watching the girls all the time. And that's good, because as I progress further and further into this pregnancy, like I can't do it, you guys. I'm so tired. So like I said, Lily's getting really big. She's pushing 2 pounds now. She's, you know, she's obviously past the point of viability, which means that like, usually they say at 24 weeks, like that's the point in a pregnancy where if you, for some reason, have to deliver early, like they will definitely, you know, attempt to save the baby. They don't consider it like a loss. So, we're a couple of weeks past that, which is great. It just makes me feel some relief knowing that I've had 2 premature babies and, you know, we've gotten to viability at least, so that's good, and it makes me feel better. And just every week that she can stay in my belly longer is just great. So I'm counting my blessings. I'm counting and taking every week as we go. If you don't know, I've had a 35-weeker and a 36-weeker. So not extremely premature babies, but, you know, a month and change early. So yeah, I'm really hoping that we can bake this one, even if I can get like to 37 weeks. I guess that's my goal, is just make it to 37 weeks, have a term baby, and, you know, hopefully go into labor and just, you know, get her done. So we'll see. My doctor did say that she's gonna let me, you know, as long as my blood pressure stays good, which it is. Right now it's still like 105/70, which is totally fine. So if it stays like that, she said there's no reason why she needs to induce me, and we can just, you know, we can just keep watching it. And if I never develop preeclampsia and I never develop gestational hypertension, then I can just go into labor naturally. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. And, you know, what I'm doing is I'm taking baby aspirin twice a day. That's supposed to help prevent preeclampsia. And I am exercising a few times a week. And like yesterday I went for a swim. It was great. I am starting to notice that in my workouts, like I cannot do what I could do before. And, you know, I'm still like trying my hardest and I'm pushing myself. But when I start to feel like really tired, I just kind of pull back. So I'm not, you know, going 100% on my workouts, but I'm doing them. So there's that. Now, I have been trying to get some walking in on days when I'm not doing my more intense cardio. And the thing is, like, I might have to cut that out because I have something called SPD, which is where your pelvic bones separate and it causes a lot of pain. It's not like a big deal or anything. It's just painful. And the bones typically fuse back together after the baby comes, but it just causes pain, especially when walking and doing, you know, weight bearing exercises. So walking is starting to get to the point for me where it's so uncomfortable that I can't do it. You know, it's just painful, and just being on my feet for any extended period of time, like it just hurts my lady bits. So I know that sounds probably crazy, but it does. And I'm trying to think of how I could even describe the pain. It's like a sharp pain, bone pain. And I don't know any other way to describe it. I can't even think of a similar type of pain. Gosh, can I? No, not really. If you've ever had a broken bone, I mean, it feels like that. It's not anywhere near as severe as when you break the bone, but like if you, like I've broken a few fingers, and if you like try to bend a broken finger, that's kind of what it feels like. I know that's probably not a helpful like analogy for most people, but anyway, so I'm just trying to stay off my feet. And then the last symptom that I'm having this week, gosh, this is just like a complaint session. The last symptom I'm having this week is that it has started to get increasingly hard to sleep at night. And I think that it's just because the baby's getting really big and she's kicking a lot at night, and I have to get up to pee like probably 2 to 3 times a night. And like last night, Pete came in, he has been studying, you know, from after work, like 6 until 9ish, and then he takes a little break, and then he keeps going, you know, from then until he falls asleep. So he came in last night at about 1 o'clock after studying, and of course it woke me up. I had to pee, and then I was hungry, so I got up and I had to get a snack, and then I came to bed and the baby was kicking, and you know, it's like 3 o'clock by the time that I finally fell asleep. So pregnancy induced insomnia has been real this week. And I know that that's just gonna keep getting worse, and it's getting to the point where like my hips are hurting and my back is hurting, and it's just hard to find a comfortable position to sleep. So our bed has one of those adjustable bases, so like the feet come up and the head comes up. So what I've been doing is raising the head and raising the feet and putting pillows kind of here and here, and then laying on my belly so that my belly is like in the divot, and I'm a belly sleeper, so it's a little more comfortable. But you know, I can't lay on my back anymore because you're not supposed to lay on your back in your late 2nd to 3rd trimester, because it can cut off your vena cava, I guess, which is like a major vein that provides blood to your body and to your baby. So if you lay on your back, your uterus is just so heavy that it compresses that vein, so you're not supposed to sleep on your back. So the other option is your sides, but like my hips are hurting so bad from laying, you know, all the extra weight of my belly and from laying on my sides and from the SPD and everything. So I don't know, I guess like maybe people just have to deal with me sleeping with the bed in a really weird position, and you know, he can either sleep with the weird position or he can sleep on the couch. Or I guess maybe I could sleep like sitting up in our chair. I don't know. We're gonna have to figure out something. But yeah, that's how I've been sleeping, is with my belly in the divot with a heating thing on my back so that I can sleep. And I just keep telling myself, ooh, it's only 14 more weeks. Oh my gosh. Like what? 14 more weeks of this, and it's gonna get worse. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, that's the update. So basically, I'm excited. She's getting bigger. Everything is going well, but I'm so pregnant. I'm only 25 weeks and 6 days, and I'm so freaking pregnant. Anyway, thank you for tuning in this week. I do weekly updates, except for last week that I missed my first one, so sorry about that. And I will continue doing weekly updates until baby girl comes, and then we are going to film the birth. So if you want to follow along on our journey to having baby number 3, baby Lily, then subscribe to our channel, like the video if you liked it, and leave a comment down below. I love hearing from you guys. It's really the highlight of my week, just hearing from other mamas. So anyway, I will see you guys next week for my 26th week.
I'll be sitting here with a song that I wrote, saying